I'm 53 years old, and for most of my life I thought I understood what love was supposed to look like. You marry young, build a home, raise a family, and weather the years with quiet endurance. I did all of that. I tended to everyone else's needs, kept the house warm, the dinners hot, and my own desires tucked neatly away. I wasn't unhappy, but I wasn't awake either. Then something happened, something so ordinary it feels ridiculous in hindsight: a simple ride to the grocery store on a Thursday afternoon, the kind of day where the sky can't decide if it's spring or summer. My daughter Emily called last minute. She was stuck at work again and asked if Matt, her husband, could drive me instead. I didn't think twice. Matt was dependable, quiet, polite, the kind of son-in-law you're glad to have. When he pulled up in his blue truck, I called out a casual, "Thanks for the ride, sweetheart," and climbed in. He smiled, but something in his eyes was different, hesitant, like he was preparing for a storm only he could see. As we drove, he surprised me. "I've been meaning to say something," he said, fingers tapping the steering wheel. "I see you, Susan. I mean really see you, and I don't think anyone else does. Not even Emily." The words hit like a gust of wind through a quiet room. I turned to the window, trying to steady myself. "I'm fine," I told him. "I manage." "I know you do, that's what makes it hard to watch," he said softly. At a red light, he looked at me again. "You don't always have to be the strong one." His words stayed with me all night, not because of what they meant coming from him, but because for the first time in years someone had noticed not the mask I wear, but the woman beneath it. A few days later he showed up again, this time to fix a broken step. We barely spoke of what had passed between us, but the tension hung there unspoken. Then he said something else that rattled me. "Emily told me you never cried, not once, after her dad left." "I did," I whispered, "just not where she could see." His voice broke slightly. "That's the part that breaks my heart." He wasn't trying to seduce me. He wasn't playing games. He was just honest, painfully, achingly honest. A few days passed. I saw him again at Emily's house. We pretended nothing had changed, but everything had. He kept his distance, and I hated how much I missed the way he looked at me like I mattered. Then came the message. "Matt, are you free today? I need to talk alone." I said yes. He drove us to a quiet park. Rain tapped gently on the windshield as we sat there in his truck, the world muted around us. "I haven't been able to stop thinking about you," he said. "What happened in the car, it was real. I don't know what it means, but I can't pretend it didn't happen. You're married to my daughter," I reminded him, though my voice wavered. "I love her. I'm not choosing between you. I see you, and I can't unsee it." I wanted to be angry. I wanted to shut it down. But the truth was I had buried so much of myself that being seen at all felt like a resurrection. We didn't touch, not then. We just sat there suspended between what we wanted and what was right. The next morning I asked him to meet me one last time at the botanical garden, a place full of quiet, gentle things. When he arrived, I didn't let him speak first. What we felt, it was real, I told him. But we crossed a line not with our bodies, but with our hearts. And that line matters. He nodded, eyes glassy with emotion. "I wasn't trying to hurt anyone." "I know. Neither was I. You reminded me I'm still a woman, that I still feel. But I can't be the reason you lose your marriage or the woman who forgets herself again." He looked at me for a long time, then said, "You're right." I smiled through the tears. That's the worst part, isn't it? We sat in silence for a while, watching the koi move through the water like slow, deliberate thoughts. When we stood to leave, I touched his arm, not out of longing but gratitude. "Thank you," I said, "for reminding me I'm still alive." "And thank you," he replied, "for being brave enough to let go." That night I stood at my window again, but this time I didn't feel invisible. I felt full of ache, of wonder, of possibility. Love doesn't always arrive the way we expect. Sometimes it comes to wake us up and then it leaves so we can begin.